What's up, everybody? Mark with Ecom Warriors. Today we're going to be continuing the supplement store series, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to design the product page for your Shopify store, specifically for your supplement business, but you can apply these same tactics and ideologies to other businesses and other niches. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the product page specifically for supplements. Now, we're going to go ahead and model this after the First Form store. We're currently using the Wolf of Shopify theme, and we're utilizing specifically the Wolf of Shopify theme because, remember, the type of ads that we're going to be running for a store like this is the ads that play off impulsivity. And to be able to not only educate consumers about our products, but to be able to convert from the aspect that the product is in essentially high demand. So let's go ahead and just start by beginning and creating the product page. The first thing we need to do is have an image. For supplement brands, the best types of images for your products, since the product is the actual supplement, then that's exactly what you want to show. This specific business only shows just the tub and kind of explains it. I recommend to have a photo of the tub, something like this, and then a photo that actually shows the ingredients. Now, there are different options where you could read the ingredients here, but I truly believe that an image like this should be found in the product images so that somebody can just easily scroll through. Now, there's going to be a lot of things that I do recommend, so let's go ahead and jump right in to actually building the product page. So, like I said, we are using the Wolf of Shopify theme. I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box down below. This is the theme that you're going to want to get for this specific store, all right? So I'm using demo number 4. It comes with 5 different demos. And, yesterday we created the About Us section on the website. And the day before that, we did the blogs. So we're getting some work done gradually on the actual website of, with the supplement store. The thing that we want to focus on is how we can build a better brand. So you can see here, this is an About Us section on the website. Clearly, the website isn't built out yet. We've got the blog section completed, and I'll just kind of show that right now. You can see here, we got the blog section completed. And now let's go ahead and jump over to our product page. So to be able to navigate to the product page, we actually have to have a product. In Shopify, if you don't have an actual product, it won't really show anything. The product has to be at least public. So let's head over back to our store, click on the products button, and make sure one of these products are active. So let's go ahead and jump into this Opti Reds 50 product. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here and hit the active button. So we need to have an active product. In your case, you probably have a ton of products in your Shopify store already, so this is going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and hit save. Now, let's go over and go back to the online store and customization button so we could view exactly what we're going to do with our store. So now that it's downloading our store for us, let's just hit the product pages button, which is new since we just added a product. And you could see here, the product is not exactly organized the way we want. One of the benefits to the Wolf of Shopify theme is this out of stock counter. With Shopify, there are certain themes that do not count your out of stock or in stock, or essentially they're not dynamic stock related. What I mean by that is if you look over here on products, this OptiGreens 50 says 0 in stock, right? So we have essentially no inventory, and it says 0 available. A lot of other themes will keep your, even if you have stock 0 available, they'll still allow you to sell the product, which is really a bad thing. And this is why the Wolf of Shopify theme is one of the best themes out there. And this is just one of the many features, and you'll see many more to come. In this case, we're just not going to track any inventory just for the sake of this YouTube video. In your case, with your business, you might want to track your inventory, especially if you're selling something like supplements. Let's go ahead and jump over to our customization page. You can see here we're actually bouncing back between different pages, and that's actually pretty normal, and that's going to happen frequently throughout the series. So let's click on the product pages button here, and you could see here immediately things have changed. We have the image of the product, we have an add to cart button, we have a buy now button, we have some text on the left. Now there's different formations of how we can assign the design of the product, but it's really not going to be clear to us unless we add some content to our product description and to the product page, right? So let's head over back to our products, and let's head over back to the product here. The first thing that we want to do is add a title for our product. Majority of you have already done that. Second thing we need to do is we need to add an image. There's going to be a different video that I make in the future about how to optimize your product on Shopify for SEO. So we're not going to be including things like tags from an SEO standpoint. Of course, we're going to encourage you to utilize tags, but we're not going to talk about it from an SEO standpoint. In this case, this product is a OptiReds 50 product. It has antioxidants, no artificial sweeteners, 100% non-GMO dietary supplement. So some of the tags that we might want to do for this specific product in a non-SEO kind of way is that we might want to label it as a antioxidant. Or we could just take a look at what the original manufacturer is saying and basically organize ourselves that kind of way. So we can take a look at ingredients. We could read some of the ingredients, right? We can take a look at the servings. We can take a look at what to avoid, but we want to have a main description. It says OptiGreens 50 is a most delicious antioxidant powder. So clearly it's antioxidant and it includes 50 colorful fruits, berries, vegetables, and herbs, and it helps energy, metabolism, immunity, and blood flow. So something that we're going to want to do is that customers generally, when they come to a supplement store, maybe they don't really know what product can offer what benefits, because if you read the name, just the name on its own, OptiReds 50, a lot of people don't know what that means, right? They might have to click on the product. They might have to read additional stuff on the product. If we use another example like Blackstone Labs, they have different product names like Cobra 6P. Nobody really knows what that means unless they have to click on the product and read it. So a lot of the ways that consumers might toggle through the website is through product tagging. So the tags right here. And this is actually, you're going to see, is very, very beneficial. So let's go ahead and jump right in and let's take a look at some of the benefits of the product. So the product can have, let's see here. It says boost energy. So that's something we're going to want to add as a product tag, boost energy. And this is very important because not every supplement product will boost your energy, right? Only this specific product may, along with some others. So metabolism, it boosts metabolism. So we're going to have to also write that. So let's just copy and paste from the original website. And let's just type in boost metabolism. Like I said, product tagging, I know a lot of people don't really engage in product tagging, but I think it's very, very important, guys. Boost immunity. So that's something very important also. And boost or promotes blood flow. Okay. So we have some basic things. At the end of the day, the product is an antioxidant. So let's just tag antioxidant separately from powder. Let's go ahead and add that. And instead of antioxidant powder, just antioxidant for now. Because not every supplement is in powder form. Some could be like a CBD oil or something like that, or a cream, or, especially on a supplement store, there's a lot of things you could sell. You could sell protein bars, you could sell powders, you could sell different capsules, you could sell a lot of different things. So we have antioxidant and then we have powder. So we have a whole bunch of different tags here. Let's go ahead and save our progress so we don't lose our progress in the future, just in case something happens. Now, we have a product type. The product type is generally can fit a few different product types. It could be antioxidant powder. It could be a health product. Overall, we want to categorize the product that will fit in a large array of products. So in a large array of products, this is referred to as a health supplement. Now, we can get as narrow or as wide range as we want with this. I'm going to stick to health supplement, right? Here we have collections. Now, the only way we can add the product to a collection is if we have collections created. In this case, I don't have collections created yet, so we're going to leave this blank. Now, the pricing, we're just going to go ahead and use the same pricing that we're seeing here. So one-time purchase is $59.99. And let's go ahead and just clear that out. Let's go ahead and hit save here. And something you guys are going to want to do is always make sure you save the product. Save your work. Now, we have a cost per item. This is going to be for a taxes reason. So if you want to figure out how much it's going to cost you, how much profit you're going to make, especially if you're engaging in some kind of drop shipping, you might want to go ahead and utilize this. If you're doing supplements with manufacturing, maybe your manufacturer at the end of the day costs you $9 a bottle, $20 a bottle, whatever the price may be. You want to put that price number here. So let's just say it costs us $20 a bottle, and it will show us the margin. It will show us the profit. Okay. We can choose if we want to charge taxes on the product. I'm going to click no. I don't want to charge taxes. And I might even add a sale price. So I might make the product $90 and it's on sale for $59.99. Let's go ahead and hit save. Now, we need a description for the product. And the company here offers a description for us. We have an explanation, a video explanation of what the product is, and we have an actual product description. Let's go ahead and first drag and drop this initial product description. Then we want to go ahead and do some research and figure out what the link to this video is. Now, they're using a special video creator for this, so I'm going to have to do some research before I actually paste any kind of link. So I'm going to pause the screen real quick, and I'm going to find a link that's similar for the video, and if I can't find the exact link, I'll find something that might apply for it. So I took the time and actually found a video, not the exact video because it's not available on YouTube, but a similar video of a review of the product, which will suffice for now. So the way we want to do that is we would just want to click on the share button, and we want to take the embedded iframe code. And let's go ahead and hit copy here. And we could actually paste that right here. Or what we could do is click on this little insert video button and paste the video code right here and hit insert. And you can see here the video is now embedded into our website. Let's go ahead and hit save. Now, let's just take the time to preview the website and see how it's looking so far. So we have the website. We could jump over here to the catalog to view one of the products. In this case, we have our OptiGreens 50 product. It shows us the sale percentage on the left-hand corner. It says 34% off, and then it shows the price and the product name. We can add the cart, view the cart, or add to wish list. So let's go ahead and click on the actual product so we can see more. So here we have product description information, right? Basic product information, product description information. We have that same information right here available to us, and then we have the video in large screen format, as you guys can see, and it looks very, very nice. Now, we can choose how to do some edits, but first I want to add more content to our description. As you know, the regular manufacturer did, we might as well do that also. So let's just hit the space bar here, and we have the ability to create more text. So let's go back to the official website here and just copy and paste some of the information we're seeing. So we'll copy that and we'll paste that right there. And let's hit save. So basically we have this information saved, and we could go back and preview the website one more time and see how it looks. So let me go ahead and zoom out just so you guys can see everything here. We have a larger description here. You could see here the three little dots that insinuates for you to read on, and here's some information. You can see there is a strict color difference between the text, and that's only because when I copy and pasted the text from the manufacturer, that the text color will change, and you can change this right here through the little Shopify text color section. So you could do your own little editing to that. Now, something that I will say is that this side of the description won't actually show everything there is to the theme. So let me kind of explain what I mean. So the theme will give you specifically this theme will give you a little summary of what the product is or what it's selling. And this is actually a huge benefit to the theme, because if the consumer wanted to read more, this is all the basic information they need. They can go ahead and scroll down and read a whole lot more about the product. They can actually view the additional information. Now, additional information is very, very important because it's going to give some more information about the product, maybe what it can offer. And you could actually change this information here. So things about delivery, need more information, all this kind of stuff, all this information can be changed. The cool thing about this section here is that it repeats the main image of the actual product. So in this case, we have the main image here and the main image here. But I also recommend that you add the ingredients image to the images on top. Let me show you how that's done. So the first thing we need to do is we need to come over here to the supplement facts, and we need to actually save this image. So let's go ahead and save it. And let's go ahead and take this image and add it to our media here. So let's just drag and drop. A simple drag and drop will suffice. Let's go ahead and hit save. And let's just go back here and refresh the page. And so here now we have two images stacked on top of each other. And that same image that we added here is now here. Now you can see here, it almost looks a little weird, like the page setup. And that's why we're going to be changing some things. And this is the whole benefit behind the Wolf theme, is that they give us so many options to customize the theme in the way that we want to. So let's go over here and go to our online store, and let's toggle the customize button. Now let's just get rid of these links here, and let's head over back to online store. And let's go to our product pages. Let's just wait for this to load. So we have the product page, and we have three selections here: the header, the footer, and the product detail page. What I want to call your attention to is this product detail page. On the top left, the first section says layout style product page, select, and then it says product sticky center. Now you can see we have a whole ton of options here. Product sticky center is an example of how the product image will stick. No matter if you scroll up or down, the product images will constantly change, but the product images will essentially be given to you, and the left will stick. So add to cart is not moving, description is not moving, but the images are, and they will stay in the middle. That's what product sticky center is. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other settings. So we have product extended. So product extended is basically, and before I even talk too much about it, let's go ahead and hit save here. And let's just wait for the product to completely load. And the way you want your screen to load is once you hit the save button, you're going to see this green bar, and it's going to fully load. So once it fully loads, we're seeing a view of what the product looks like. So we have the actual product here, and we have a picture of the supplement facts. Now, something that's hard to see is the actual supplement facts. Like, I can't really read that. Maybe I might need glasses or something like that. But for the average person, they're not going to be able to read this either. So what do they need to do? First thing you need to do is enable zoom. Especially for supplements, especially in this industry, people need to see what they're buying. They need to be able to read what they're buying, especially if you're not going to write it in the description. So let's go ahead and hit save here. So it's only going to take about a few seconds, but we're going to be able to zoom in on the actual product images now. So this is the zoom image function, and you can see it's about to load right now. So you can see now, once I hover over the product, I can zoom. And now you can see as I'm zooming, things are becoming a little bit more clear for me to read, and it's much, much easier that way. Now, there's no point to bombard the consumer by giving them an image of the description of the ingredients and still putting it in the description here. There's no need for that. One is going to show the details of the products, and the other is going to show the benefits. Remember that the description should show the benefits of the product, and the images should show what the product is and what it contains. Okay? Now, we have our add to cart here, and we have our image here. Something that I also recommend is that we're going to have to resize the images to make them about the same. So it doesn't look right if this image is really big here and then this one is really small. The height should be generally about the same, because if you click on the second image, you don't want to have this large gap here between these two images and this image. Okay? But we'll worry about that a little bit later. For product style sidebar, let's go ahead and select, we have a few options, but let's just, let's forget that about right now, and let's get back to that in a minute. Let's take it from the top. Product extended style. Instead of product style bottom, I like to choose product style left for this specific type of store. Basically what this is going to look like is it's going to take these images of the product, these mini images, and place them to the left so that people know what the thumbnails are for the specific products, right? So we just saved our changes, and everything's going to reload in just a second. And now the consumer can clearly see the difference. And actually, we don't even have to resize our images now, because we know that, this image is this large, this image is this large, and there's no difference here on the bottom. So this is a very, very clean setup. Now, something that we're also going to do is we have the option to change some of these settings. And these settings make a huge difference. And it's integrated with this image box. See, Here we selected product extended, but we have an option. There's an option here that says product extended background. And what product extended background is it gives us an option to give a background to the actual image of our website. Let me go ahead and explain. So you can actually drag and drop an image to this background of the actual product page. And so let's say you wanted to add this image as the background. You could do that. Now that doesn't look too attractive, but I recommend that if you want to actually use this, you go with a black and white style image. So let me just kind of explain what I mean. I'll kind of show you what I mean, right? So let's go to pixels. And this is not going to work for every image. You're going to have to essentially try your luck. But let's go ahead and go to pixels and let's search for, search for gym, right? So I'm going to want to look for an image that doesn't have too much action going on. I need something that's landscape mode, and I need something that, is not too much. So let's see here. Maybe I can use an image. Let's see. Let's keep looking. Maybe I can use an image like this. Let's give this a shot. Now, there's a lot of colors here, so it's going to be a little bit tough, but let's try anyway. Let's go ahead and go with this large size of 1920 by 1280. And guys, I'm doing this on the cuff, so you guys are going to see how it looks. So I'm going to open up the image, and I'm going to jump over here to Canva. And I'm going to click on this resize button, and I'm going to actually create an image that's 1920 by 1080 in terms of pixels. And we're going to hit copy and resize. And so here they have the copy of the actual image, and we're going to go ahead and drag and drop this image that we just downloaded to our Canva. So I'm dragging and dropping. Okay. Now I have this image, and I could just increase the size like this and get as much empty space there as possible. I can go over here to effects, and I want to essentially make it black and white. So something like street or something like grayscale, and I can choose the effects, right? So this is typically what I tend to find, but some people don't like this kind of feature. And you want to make it light but colorless as possible. So increase the brightness of something like this. So something that's very, very bright. Contrast, let's go for something higher, right? And the blur, we could increase the blur. So something like this, or maybe a blur of 3. Vignette, we really don't need a vignette, to be honest. We have X processes. Let's go ahead and keep it at 0. And the tint, let's leave the tint alone. Saturation, let's go ahead and leave the saturation where it was before. And once again, this is probably the lightest I can probably go. So I'm just going to save my work here and hit download. Now, I know this is not the most attractive thing in the world, but this is just a quick example of how this will work. So I have the image. I select image, and I drag and drop it here. And now it's going to place that exact image as my background. So you can see here the type of essentially look it will give. So you have like an image of the dumbbell, an image of the gym floor mats, and this is, like I said, just an option. It's not really necessary, and it's not really required. If you're going to do something like this, I recommend that it has something related to the brand or something like that. It's really generally kind of hard to pull this off. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it and stick with the clean white background. So I have a few options, though. I have product extended background. I have product sidebar. Like I said, all these amazing options are going to help us benefit in our business. Product sidebar is nice, but I think I did too much with product sidebar in the last series with the vehicle wraps, so I'm not going to be doing that this time. Product sticky is also really nice too, because it will make the right side sticky and it will make the products you can select through them. For a supplement store, we really don't need product sticky. Let's go ahead and just stick with our regular product extended for now. But we have a few options. We have product sticky center, right? If we want to move the products to the middle, as you guys saw earlier. We have product gallery basic, where we can have a gallery and it's just a basic one. We have a modern basic gallery where we'll show two images stacked on top of each other, which is nice, but it's not really the best for supplement brands. It's really good for clothing brands. Product image large, which it will make the images very large, as you could see here, with a viable zoom in. So just general options that you can engage in. Really not necessary, but it is an option. Product slide center, right? So you have a slider in the middle, so it will look something like this, and I'll show you guys right now. So it will be a slider, so all you have to do is save your progress to see the full effect of the actual product page. So let's just give it a second to load, and you can see here it's a slider, so we can slide back and forth between the products, right? So this will be the product page. Now let's just keep it on this for a second, and let's go ahead and continue with some settings. So the first setting that we can choose to enable is sticky add to cart. Sticky add to cart basically allows you to have this bar on the bottom that is an add to cart feature. Now I'm a big fan of sticky add to cart all the time, because once I scroll down, I want to see this product name and this add to cart. As a consumer, if I scroll down, that means I'm not going to have the option to add to cart right away if I'm on desktop. Well, maybe I'm busy reading information. Well, that add to cart button will follow me essentially wherever I go. So that's really important too. Now, let's go ahead and once again save our progress and view this thing in all of its glory. Now that it's loading, it's almost there. Okay, so we have our slider here. We have our add to cart, we have our buy it now, we have our name of our product, and we have a short description with more information down below. Let's go ahead and go into some hardcore settings where we click on theme settings here. Now real quick, we have a few options. First thing we can do is enable some promo text, and that's actually something that I'm going to do. So I'm going to choose to enable that right now. You can see here the green bar is loading, and it's busy loading this promo text for me so I can see how it looks. And so just to be clear, promo text looks exactly like this. There's a special offer box, and we can change where it says special offer. We can change the text here, and we can change exactly the information available. And this is actually something that you guys are gonna see how amazing the benefit of this is. Now, we have another few options here, so I'm gonna enable the second one, and I'll show you the benefits of each one. So the second option is an option that I'll typically never use in my business, which is a place where you can essentially hide the add to cart button, which, like I said, it's not something I'm ever going to do in my personal business, because usually, you know, some businesses do this where they hide the add to cart button when they're doing a release and they don't want anybody to purchase anything, and they also want to keep all the images public of the products to build up hype. So this is something that they do. For me, I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and I'm going to enable the first one. Okay, you could see here once I clicked the enable on the first one, basically what it did is it added a real-time visitor count, and it added back our add to cart and buy it now buttons. Let's go ahead and scroll down here, and we could choose to add a trust badge. For now, I'll just leave this the way it is, and I'm going to go over here and hit enable. So enable right under the trust badge will allow us some options when it comes down to conversions, and you'll actually get to see a live example of this right now as the screen loads. So what you're seeing right now is a counter, which is what we enabled here, that says 16 sold in the last 6 hours, or 13 sold in the last 4 hours. And this is completely dynamic, and you can choose where you can toggle these numbers here on the bottom. Now, with this little section here, this is going to show how many products have sold in the last amount of hours, and this is showing the live visitor count. These two together will help invoke some kind of consumer emotion that will invoke essential scarcity. And basically what scarcity does is it motivates a customer to purchase a product. Now what we could do is we could scroll down and enable this section right here. And finally, for the essentially cherry right here on the whole entire thing is this hurry, only 49 left stock counter. Basically what this is going to do is it's going to motivate somebody to make the purchase by adding an additional scarcity factor, which is one of the many cognitive biases that a person can be presented with. Now, something that I do want to do is I don't really like the look of the product in the middle and having some product information here, some product information here. I think this would work really well in a different kind of scenario, but in my scenario that I currently have, this is not something I want to go with. So I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to save our progress, and I'm going to change the style of the layout. And this is something that you guys could do too. By consistently changing the layout of your business, not only does it give it a new edge, a new focus, but it also allows customers to see the products in a different way. And this is one of the benefits of the Wolf theme, is that all of these features, these scarcity tactics, all this different stuff is included within the theme completely for free. Let's go ahead and go over here to product extended, and that's going to be the setting that I'm going to be going with. And let's go ahead and hit save. And basically what you guys are going to see is you're going to see the product. You're going to see some of the information up here. So we have the product, some of the information about the product. We have a why choose us. These 3 boxes are very important for a supplement company, and the special offer box. Now, these are things that I'm going to edit and change. I'm assuming if you're selling supplements, you're not they don't take long to ship, so we don't need to really give them information on shipping, okay? I'm also assuming that with returns, we can go ahead and take that information and place it somewhere here in the additional information, or we can create a policies page about the returns that will be completely separate from this page here. What we're going to do is these 3 boxes, we're going to take the time to explain why the business is the most optimal business for our customers to purchase from us. Okay? Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look here at the second column. The second column includes the title of the product, the price of the product, a short description of the product, a special offer box, which we will toggle and make some changes to. We have an amount sold in the last amount of hours, a 12 stock counter or a stock counter with add to cart and buy it now buttons, real-time visitor count, and finally categories. Now, something that I will say is these categories we can choose to enable or disable. I'm going to go ahead and disable the presence of that because I really just don't care for it too much. So I'm going to go ahead and save my product, save my listing. And you can see here it says show star rating. It's enabled, but there are no stars. And that's because we need a app for that. So let's go ahead and go back here and add the review app. So I'm going to take the time. I'm going to pause my computer here, pause my recorder, and I'm going to take the time to add the review app behind the scenes. All right, so let's go ahead and finalize the installation of the review app. Okay, great. So we don't actually have to include any code or anything like that because the Wolf of Shopify theme is already integrated with the review app. So it's already all built in for us. So we don't actually have to worry about anything like that. So let's go back here and hit customize and let's take a look at our review section. So if we go over here to product pages, we're going to see a 5-star rating that will be essentially no reviews. So that's perfectly fine. And over time, we could choose to add some more 5-star ratings. So one thing that I want to do is I want to edit some of this text right here. So let's go ahead and go to the product detail page, and we could actually make some changes. The first thing that I want to do is I want to image trust badges. Not really too important, but for the type of customers that we're looking at, we might want to add this. So I could do a basic Google search for trust badges. I recommend that some of you add your own, but once again, you could kind of do what you want. There's a lot of free ones online. I'll go ahead and just save this one and utilize this one. Now, like I said, if you're doing this, I don't recommend that you actually take anybody else's trust badge, something that doesn't belong to you. I recommend you make sure fully where you're getting yours from and that it's 100% the best option for you, essentially. And you can see here the theme is loading, and you could see it loaded our trust badges for us. Now, what I would actually do for a supplement store is I would create my own trust badge, and I actually want to show you guys how to do that. So if you think about a supplement company, what do people want the most important, right? They want a product that's, maybe healthy, I guess you could say, maybe shipped on time, Essentially, what do people look for in a supplement company? Correct dosing on a supplement, right? Shipped on time or shipped safely, free refunds or easy returns, right? Or maybe not even refunds, but just returns. And that's really basically it. So the way to do that, if you guys are interested, is you want to grab this software called Canva. You want to create a size that's 500 by 102, right, in size. So you go over here to Canva, you click resize, and you make your own sizing. You go to this place called Flat Icon, and you have a whole bunch of different icons here, and we're actually going to do this live. So let's go ahead and create one here. Let's click resize. Let's type in 500 by 102 pixels, 102 pixels, and let's hit copy and resize. Here is our copy, I believe, or maybe this is it. This is it rather. And what are going to be some benefits? So we want free returns, right? So free returns is one of the things. The next thing we're going to have is, let's say, a quality guarantee. So a quality guarantee. And spelling is very important here, so we got to make sure we're spelling right. Let me go ahead and search how do you spell guarantee. And there's no shame in this, guys. So spelling, makes a huge difference. So guarantee. There we go. Let's go ahead and copy and paste this keyword here, and let's jump into Canva. Let's paste this, and let's make it all capital. So we have quality guarantee, free returns, correct dosing. Let's just change that. So correct dosing. Pure ingredients is going to be one of them also. Pure ingredients. And this is very important because you want people to, you're essentially answering their biggest doubts with the product. And if you can answer these doubts, then you're putting yourself in a good position to earn income. So we can make these essentially trust badges a little bit bigger. So this is a font 16.2. We can, and you want them all to be the same font, obviously. So let's go ahead and add that and make them all roughly the same size. So let's change this to let's go 15.6 for all of them. Why not? 15.6 here. 15.6 font here. Quality guarantee, we might even have to go a little bit smaller, but 15.6. And correct dosing, 15.6. And we're going to think what icons go well with this, and we got to organize this well. So free returns, pure ingredients, quality guarantee, and correct dosing. So clearly we need a little bit smaller text. So let's go with 11.2. Let's go with here 11.3, which is just enough. And let's make the spacing perfect here. So 11.2 is good enough here. And let's go with 11.2 or 11.3 here. So just about 11.3. And let me drag this all the way to the bottom here. And let's make sure our spacing is relative. So this all looks pretty decent so far. We could just make this slightly bigger if we wanted to, right? Just something that looks good to the eye. It doesn't have to be exact, but we don't want to have some critically large spaces on our website here. And what we need to do now is we need to add icons for each one. So free returns. I could search a returns one. We have pure ingredients. So returns. This is how to make your own trust badge, guys. So this little, I guess we could use this one here. Instead of free returns, let's go with cost effective. That's better. That just sounds better. Cost effective. Right? Let's make this here. And let's drag and drop this there. So we want the icons to be about the same size. So that's about the same size. And we'll stick that right there. Drag this right there. Quality guarantee. So let's go ahead and type in quality here on pixels. Quality. This is all for free, so this is great. All right, quality. Let's go ahead and download this in 128 also, free download. Let's drag and drop this here. Let me make this just a little bit smaller. And we have finally correct dosing. So let's go ahead and jump into our Pexels account and let's search for, or not Pexels, rather flat icon, and search for correct. So maybe correct. Let's search correct. And let's go with this check mark here, this green check mark. And let's go with 128 pixels. Yeah, there we go. Free download. So this will be the last image we've downloaded. And let's drag and drop it once again. And let's make sure it's about the same size as the other ones. So it's going to need to be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. That's about a good size. That's about a good size. And perfect. So we got it all set up here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit download. And we're going to download it. And we're going to change the image that we see here. We're going to remove it. And we're going to add this one. And hopefully it looks great. So let's hit select here. And it should look very, very nice. And it should match the brand very well. Since we're doing supplements, it has to all make sense. And I think it should. So we'll be okay. There we go. So pure ingredients, cost effective, quality guarantee, and correct dosing. This is exactly how you make a correct trust badge for the right business, right? And of course, you can make it a little bigger. You can see it's a little bit small here. If I zoom in back to 100, let me show you guys. 90, 100. This is how the product page looks. So it looks pretty decent thus far. We continued this episode long enough. It was 42 minutes, so we're just going to continue this next the same episode on product page part 2 in the next episode. So make sure you tune in, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and jump in to watch part 2.